Hi guys, welcome to Pet Rambles. I'm Pet. Today I'm going to ramble about Berlin Hull. I went last week to Berlin for 8 days. It was fun, and I bought some stuff which I want to share with you. I think you might find them interesting. You can see a couple of them here already to catch you on, and then I will go over each of the items and tell you why I bought it, what's the story behind it, and what I'm going to do with it. So let's start. I will start with this print, which is kind of like the first thing that I saw. I went Sunday in one of those art places where they had a lot of various prints, handmade bags, handmade t-shirts and so on. And I was looking through it and I saw this, and it was only 35 euros. It's made on this handmade paper. I forgot how it's called when you print things like this, but it's very manual anyway. It's made by this guy. I will try to put the handles of the people on the screen. And the thing is that I saw it and I was like, I'm not going to buy anything. But if it remains in my head somehow, I will come back. And this is part of my philosophy right now. I'm trying not to spend money. But I do like things, and here and there. And I'm like, should I buy it? Should I not buy it? And one thing that I'm trying is, if the thing calls to me, I will go and buy it. And this was my philosophy with it. And after like 3 or 4 days, this thing was still in my head. I was like, this looks decently enough, like unique in a way. And I like that it's signed, and I like that it's limited print quantities. It's a handmade print and so on. I was like, I'm going to go there and buy it. And yeah, the downside is that this size, it's for the print is not A2, it's not A4, it's not A3. It's kind of like a standard size, so I will have to create a custom frame for it, which will cost a bit more, but yeah, whatever. I kind of like how it looks, the geometry of all. And this art there was another version of this with a circle, but I went with this one. Then the next thing that I bought, which is actually the first thing that I bought, on that Sunday after I saw that poster, I was like, going on some kind of market fair where people only are there on Sunday or something like that, and I saw various interesting things. But then I saw this artist, and again I will put her name on the screen, and she had this very nice way on doing colors. And right now you can see, when I bought this was 35 euros. She also told me to pick up a postcard, which is this. I wanted to maybe buy a print, but then the thing is that the prints are nice, but then again it's not really representing on the actual original art, which is like something like this. She has this way when she paints that she has the texture of the paint. You can see the texture of the paint. I'm not sure how well you can see it in how it's not straight like a print. You can see the texture of the paint, and I kind of like that. And I like the way she's treating darkness. She has a lot of purple, she has a lot of orange, yellow. And then she also has like other painting where she has a very nice green that she's using, and I actually like that. And again, it kind of like, I kind of ignored it. I was like, I'm not going to buy anything in the first day, I'm going to ignore it. But I was like, she's only there on Sunday, and I'm not sure if I'm going to go back. I was going back the next Sunday, and I was like, okay, let's buy it. She had other smaller prints, a bit cheaper, and of course larger. She had a pretty big poster, like painting, not poster. But that was probably more expensive. And I was like, this was kind of like decent enough for me to hang on some wall, but still not too small and not too big, something that I can purchase and carry around. And this is where Berlin 2025, kind of where she found that door and her name. So yeah, I always like to buy actual handmade stuff, and I will show you more stuff. And since I just said that I'm liking custom prints, I will show you this one. This was kind of like after like 4 days in Berlin, when I actually bought that first print that I told you that it was in my head. I went to another shop, which was on the same building, and I saw a lot of interesting things. And I was looking at buying some other prints, but the prints from this artist, I believe there were a couple. I haven't looked at who the artist is. I was looking at the prints. I was like, they are nice, but they're expensive. They were like 40 euros. And then just on my last run through, I'm not going through, same thing with vinyls. I'm not going to each vinyl. Whenever I'm looking for something, I'm kind of like sometimes skipping some of them and maybe coming back and something like that again to see if something calls to me. Right in my last run, this was like the third print from that stack. I kind of like skip it, but then I saw it. I was like, "Ooh!" I was like, "This is interesting. I like the colors. I like the car. I like how the texture is looking. You know, like those dots, the white dots. Hopefully, you can see them." And then I turned it around, and I saw that hey, it's only 30 euros, not 40, like the rest. I was like, this is calling to me, and I need to buy it. And I like the story. This is the artist, Martin Krusche, however you pronounce it. And I like that his story, like how this is 100% made. It's a stencil printing. I know it's like a way you print. Each print is unique because malformations can arrive and so on. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy this. This is a standard A4, I believe, so it will be easier for me to find a print. Sorry, not a print. Whatever, how it's called. And I will actually put it whenever I'm going to put this inside the frame. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking. I'm also going to put this thing inside the story itself. But yeah, I absolutely like. It's 78 out of 90 prints. It's signed by the author. And yeah, I really like how this thing looks. Then, from the same shop actually, before buying that print you just saw, I saw a couple of those very limited run comic books, and I like comic books. And there were a couple who were interesting, but again, price-wise and so on, I need to be very smart with my purchases and so on. And I saw this one, I was like, okay, a cat, I like cats, let's see what it is. Turn it around, I saw it's only 8 euros. I was like, okay, it's in the budget. I like how this guy, this is basically the author, Dirk Verschuur or something like that. And then I open it up to see the art style. Sometimes I'm taking things by how the art style is looking. And I was like, hey, okay, it's a chicken, cute chicken. And then I saw this, that's not my chicken. And I was a bit intrigued by the story. I don't know what the story was about when I bought this one. I was like, basically a guy who is waking up and he sees a chicken. And he's like, getting through some things because this is not his chicken and the chicken is following him around. So it was the whole thing. I read it that day. It was really funny. And it's also like another story here with a cat, which I didn't enjoy that much. I will reread this, but yeah, this is the comic book that I bought. Then I actually went to the zoo. First time, I was at the zoo in my town when I was like 3 years old. I remember have like some very weird memory with a very thin lion. Like zoos in communist Romania weren't that good environment for the animals and so on. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to the zoo to see some animals. And when I left, I was like, what am I going to buy from here? I was like, I do need some socks, and I find those socks very cute. I saw those, however they are called, meerkats, however they are called, very cute, very cute. I've seen a couple of them. And then, of course, I bought something with a cat, black cat. So, yeah. Then I went to Deutsche Technik Museum. That was a really interesting museum, and I would actually go again if I would get the chance to visit Berlin. It was very hard to buy, like, if I'm to compare London with Berlin when it comes to museums. In London, shops are actually very nice. It's very hard not to buy anything. While in Berlin, it's very hard to buy anything. Like I'm very peculiar, even with magnets. Like I bought this one because it says Deutsche Museum and I like the colors and so on. I wanted to buy maybe more specific to Berlin, but everything in Berlin when it comes to souvenirs from museums are very kitschy. Like if you want to say Berlin, you don't have to say the word Berlin on the magnet. You can make some kind of art or whatever. To indicate that it's Berlin, it feels like one of those souvenirs you see everywhere. If you go to London, you see the flag and so on, everything, or some kind of Decker bus. It's very kitsch. So this is why I kind of got this, and then I saw those two postal whatever, and I saw a pig, and I like how the pig is looking, and I saw something with Berlin. Okay, I'm going to buy something with Berlin because it's kind of like historic related. So it's a Berlin occupation zone. So I was like, yeah, let's just buy this. Then I went to Computer Games Museum, which was cute. Here and there, I only spent like 30 minutes there, and I forced myself for 20 minutes to stay a little bit more. There were things that I knew, and I've seen some consoles. It wasn't that interesting to me. I would have liked maybe more, but I'm nitpicking here. It's a nice place to go if you like computer games or if you want to learn a bit more about computer games. Again, didn't know what to buy. There weren't that many things, but then I saw those magnets, and there were a couple of variants of those magnets, and I was like, I'm going to buy this one because it's more colorful and it has like retrowave. I like how the colors are looking. You know, vinyl. I like vinyl records. Save save icon. This is the save icon. It's not a flop. It's the save icon. And then of course this thing. So I was like, yeah, I think it was like €8 or something like that. Then actually. Actually, the reason why I went to Berlin was that I went to Mac DeMarco concert and I went to Columbia Hall, I believe. Yep, this is the one. And when I bought some mate to keep me going through the day, they charge you like €2 warranty for this glass that you bring back and you get €2. But there was like a line when the concert ended. There was a line, and I was like, "What are they going to give me €2 as coin that I'm not going to be able to use?" Like there was uses because Berlin is a city, or Germany in general, is that they don't. There are places where they do not take a card. You have to pay cash. It's 2025 Germany. I'm not going to pay cash. So anyway, I decided to just keep this as a souvenir. And I took it with me. Then I went to hhv.de. That's the website where I'm buying vinyl records generally. Like for a long time, I have a lot of orders. Me and Georgia have a lot of orders on that website. I told Georgia, hey, if you want to pick something, I could pick like 2 records for you, and he bought 2. And while I was in the store, which by the way, the store, it's very different than the online store. The store is more like a clothing store, and it has like a vinyl section, which is more towards electronic and so on. It is interesting, but it's not. They don't have the same volume of quantity that they have on the website. I was like expecting to see like their video game records that they have on the website. Maybe I will find something to pick up in the store and so on and so on. They didn't have that. I was looking like what to buy, and the first thing that I saw, like they had like 4 record players where you could listen to something before you buy it, you know. And there was like a box of return vinyls, you return records, where you put them in the box and the employee will take them to put them on the right spot. And I saw this Todd Terje, and I actually have the album. It's album time from 2017. I actually have that album since then. This is the EP that came up before, so all the songs I already have on the album. But when I saw this, I was like, I want to buy this because the art itself is very nice. The album itself, the EP, is actually very good when it looks at the songs that you are having. Hopefully you can see them from the glare. Inspector North. This is like his. If you go right now, search for Inspector North by Todd Terje. That's how you pronounce it, I think. And listen to that song. It has like a very nice flow. And then those songs are also like very nice also. So it is like a pretty good EP to buy around. Like, this is the reason why I actually got it, because I do like it. And one thing that I like about HHV is that they come in these protective sleeves, and even this, like the record was open, someone listened to it, they kept this thing also. So yeah. Then while I was looking at, you know, what else to buy, they had a Japanese section, and it seems that Japanese records are starting to be more and more popular. I see them popping up on various websites. I know, I knew the cover immediately, Haruomi Honso, not sure how to pronounce him, but I know from him, from Mac DeMarco, because Mac DeMarco is a huge fan of him, and they actually have a song that's also on this album, Honeymoon, I believe it's called. I don't see the name of the songs here. It is on this song, on this album, and I have a 7-inch from Mac DeMarco that he released, where he has the cover of that song, and then there's also the original song on that 7-inch. And I was like, what to buy? Should I buy it? Should I not buy it? And I was like trying to get my phone to listen to Spotify and, you know, listen to the, and I was like, why am I doing that? This thing was already open. So I put it over and I listened to the a little bit to see how the whole album sounds. I think I even listened to it at some point. I was thinking like it was €33, so it wasn't that cheap. It is Japanese after all. It's an import. I guess that there are some costs involved. But yeah, I decided to just let's just buy it. I need more Japanese stuff in my collection. I don't think I have that many. I do have Ryo Fukui, I believe, the jazz album. I do have that, but I'm not sure if it's called Ryo Fukui or however you pronounce it. But then I was like, yeah, let's add some. Oh, and I also have that. I forgot the name. Another Japanese record. So yeah, now I've added another one, which I think I will replace this, even that it says it's anti-static quality, whatever, I don't like those things that much, but it's paper on one side and clear on this side, so maybe I will keep it. But yeah, anyway. And I think this is kind of it what I bought. I did bought another light, another thing when I went to Spy Museum. Nothing what to buy there. I was like, I'm going to buy a lighter, but the lighter is in the other room, so whatever. So yeah, this was a bit of a short video with the stuff that I bought in Berlin. I am having a feeling that I missed something, but yeah, whatever. I will just make a video about something else if I miss it. But yeah, I kind of like want the things that are calling to me still. I'm very happy that I bought this print and then the other prints. I do have some walls left where I could put some prints. This is why I bought those. The comic book was really fun. This small painting is really enjoyable. And then yeah, still liking this print. Can't wait to buy frames to put them on the wall. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. See you soon. Goodbye.